All right, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, you guys discovered that there was a possible connection between this cave that you had previously visited and potentially something to do with the orbs that Arix has been seeking. You guys made your way here and into the cave, discovered a secret passage which led into some form of ruins. After solving a couple puzzles and finding a mind flayer of sorts and a couple of beholder-like things, which you quickly defeated, Arix has found the last orb that he's been seeking.
Oh, yeah.
We left off right as Rixus inserted the 3 orbs into the standing pedestals at the ready, and as they lit and sent out a beam of energy to a central white crystal in the center, which then shot up and created this portal of massive energy floating at the top of the room. I need everybody to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh. Hey, my proficiency in charisma saving throw pays off. Oh, rain.
I can't re-roll it either because it was actually a 2 that became a 1. Yeah. Unless it's fear. Is it fear?
It is not fear.
Okay, yeah, I have a 1.
All right, you all. Sorry, what?
No, I'm just moaning at. I'm just complaining about my low roll.
Your low roll.
Oh, how do you have +9 to... people in your aura... Oh, I guess nobody's in your aura, because it's only 10 feet. I was going to say, people in your aura would get a +3 to their charisma saves, but...
That would have gone a long way.
People are just barely outside. All right, you all feel a massive burst of energy as this portal grows a little bit larger and sends out a wave of almost psychic-like energy that seems to impact your minds as much as your bodies. And you all suddenly feel yourselves and your consciousnesses pulled in through the portal.
Oh boy.
Well, that just solves that decision, yeah.
Long rest. Oh, fuck it.
I guess we're going in.
Like the 21 and the 19 failed to save.
I think as a group. The 2 natural ones.
The save wasn't for being pulled into the portal. But you'll see.
Ooh.
All right, you all are forcefully thrust through this portal, and as you land on nothingness, you see before you a dim gray area that seems both shapeless and void, almost like an abyss. It's just stretching out before you endlessly, but as you stare deeper and deeper into it, you realize that you're standing on a single layer, and looking up and looking below, you see the same sort of layered abyss stretching upwards and downwards in both directions as far as you can see. It's nothing really, no shapes to really be described. You see almost just kind of on the edge of your vision, you see like a large, gigantic shape that is looming, and then as you look at it, it seems like it disappears, and you look off to one side, and it seems like there was almost a flicker of flame that vanishes. As you continue to look around, at one moment it seems like there's some large looming thing on the edge of your vision just to vanish, and the next moment it feels like there's something right behind you watching you, but turning around you see nothing but the portal.
Arixis will say out loud, and finally they all see what's in my brain constantly. Enjoy it, fellas, enjoy it.
Can we see each other in this portal?
Yeah, you have vision, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you all see each other. You are all.
Tokens are indicative.
Yeah, you are all suspended, and you can see just a little bit back into the portal. You can just barely make out the floor of the room you left.
Can we move?
You look down and again realize that you're standing on nothing. You seem to be suspended in midair almost, but as you think about moving, you suddenly move in the direction you're thinking of moving.
Oh.
Oh boy. We're in our brains.
Arixis is listening intently for anything.
As you begin to peer deeper into the depths below you, the depthless depths below you, you again feel one of those looming presences, but much stronger than before, and somewhere deep below you, you sense that there is something calling out to you. You hear a resurgence of the cacophony of you in your mind. And the rest of you almost swear that you too begin to hear the kind of a source of music almost that kind of sounds like the little bits and pieces that you've heard of Arixis playing on his flute, but far more terrible and discordant.
We got banana phoned. We got banana phoned. No.
Anything else? Ears ringing? My ears are ringing really bad. What is that racket?
Arixis is beside himself with joy, just yelling.
Is this tendinitis? What is this?
I need everybody to make another charisma saving throw.
Please make it stop.
Howard is here.
Oh no. No!
Oh,
What? Wow.
What big pee-pee crew?
That's insane.
My stomach hurts.
Wow.
Rain and Zorkris, you both take
Oh, no.
44 psychic damage.
Or
As
As in 4 or as in we roll a dice?
Sorry, you both take 8 psychic damage. I'm
oh
reading.
shit, okay.
Reading my
Okay,
stats.
You had me
almost
sweating
dead.
there for a second, Gabe. You had me sweating.
The one downside of a D being in the middle.
yeah.
I was about to say, okay, Zorkis down.
Oh my god.
And you feel an unsettling madness and an urge to run and jump back through the portal just overwhelming you.
I want out of here. I want out of here.
Get me out! Get me out!
Get me out. Help. I can't move.
So many cowards. This is
Wait,
my
so they
brain
feel
all the
what?
time.
My
They want to go
ears.
towards the portal?
Yeah, as I said, they feel an overwhelming madness and they feel a madness settling in and like an overwhelming desire to run and jump back through the portal.
I would start drifting toward the portal.
Arixis calls out, "Yo, you and why you brought us here? Show me!"
You feel a resurgence of that presence deep beneath you, like almost reaching out and trying to pull you down.
Do I want to be pulled down? Good question.
So we can't
Oh,
we can't physically move, but right? You said?
You can't physically walk, but you can will yourself to move.
Got it.
Arixis thinks about moving down. Fuck it, YOLO.
Oh my god.
You
Are we actually
begin
down?
floating downwards, and the layer that you're on is not particularly thick, and as you reach a sort of like thin gray film that seems to be what's kind of giving the extremely limited amount of color to your surroundings, you just kind of press through it, and immediately your lungs burn as it seems as though you're breathing in acid, and it's like it doesn't hurt. It doesn't seem to in the sense that it doesn't physically harm you, but it's as though the air here is breathable acid.
All right.
Below you, you see another barrier to the next layer, and this one's a bit further away, but you would guess that it probably wouldn't take long to reach it.
Is anyone coming with me?
No, I'm getting out of here. Who's with me?
Yeah, like, are we able to follow him, or are we like, do we have to like go back? Are we too terrified?
I would say that at this point you're not completely compelled to go back, but you are just barely hanging on.
Halflings have something against fear.
The halflings are brave. Can I punch myself as hard as I can to try to like be strong?
It's
Take unarmed damage.
what is your brave? I'll say yeah, sure. I'll say you can have advantage on your next saving throw.
Cool. Thanks.
Is anyone following Erixus?
Yeah, because Eric is going to keep going.
I mean, I would follow as long as I don't notice anybody else going a different way. Like Zorkris and Rain, if they're going towards the portal, I'd want to like grab them by the hand and like bring them down with Erixus.
Taking you down.
Come on, Goblet Rat, you're brave enough to go, right?
Rain, are you staying? I'll stay if you stay.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
This is really trippy shit. I feel like a Rixus. I want out of this.
Which way is out?
Portal.
The portal is out, but Erixus is going down.
Just like physically down.
Oh, okay. All right. So I have to see. Hit down the layer. All right. So we gotta
Yes, I'm traveling down the y-axis.
Literally the Z-axis.
That's actually true. Yeah, it would be the z-axis. Well, I'm going to keep going. Erixus is beyond thrilled that even that you all can hear something is fantastic to him.
All right, Erixus and anybody else who is attempting to press into the next layer, give me another charisma saving throw. Rain's with advantage if he's...
Holy shit.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna see if I can do this.
What? How?
What?
4 nat 20s
Dice
in a
tell the
row.
story. Whoa!
5 out of 6 nat 20s.
Let's see. I'll continue my shit. There we go. Moving up.
Nice.
Exponentially getting better.
Uh-oh. Let's keep rolling.
If I leave or not.
Well, Lebo, you weren't attempting to go down, right?
Just gonna keep doing charisma saves. I gotta see if I'm gonna stay or
Me. How to do charisma.
Boy.
What in the-
Zorkris. As you attempt to press into the next layer, you feel that same sense as your face passes through, that there's just an overwhelming sense that you're breathing in acid, and it's too much, and you just immediately pull back into the layer that you're currently in. You take 16 psychic damage, and that overwhelming dread and madness that was setting it, you lowered your HP maximum.
Oh, sorry.
Don't want to do that. I think it was at 46.
Yeah, I had +2 for the temporary.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you feel you feel that madness setting in. For the next 5 minutes, we're not in combat, but you must use your action to attack the nearest creature.
Oh!
So every 6 seconds he has to attack.
Yes, I guess we will do a quick roll for initiative to determine order here, but
The nearest creature isn't that Bobo?
technically yes.
Oh no, Bobo.
Or Popo.
So Bobo's just technically just fly over, and then Zorkus will be flying.
Lost him.
Uh-oh, we lost Lebo. Oh no, it really got him in real life. It really got him.
IRL.
No! Yovin has spoken to him. No! Oh my god. Oh my god. Adam, why are you cheating?
Dude, that's 3 nat 20s in a row.
Yeah.
It's insane.
For you? Oh my god.
Cheating.
Yeah.
You're cheating.
I think his internet must have
I'll never
dropped or
have it.
something, because he dropped out
He
of
said like
comms?
he said you cut out and then he disconnected.
Oops. Yeah, he dropped out of roll 22.
Oh no.
Well, I guess we could probably just have him attack whoever's closest. That's,
We could also
How
like non-lethally take him out, no?
Arixis has been waiting this for a long time.
I did calculate. There is something. What is this? Okay, I have to be next to him to use this, and I assume we're not like. There's no distance here.
I mean, there is a rough distance relative to each other. Hey, he's back.
I got disconnected. What happened?
You died.
All right.
Boy.
You've been inflicted with a madness, and you are first of all, roll for initiative. But you feel the overwhelming urge to attack the creature nearest to you.
Oh, good.
What?
But at the same time, your like primary goal now is getting out of this portal.
So you could attack Bobo and then just make a break for the portal.
They won't be able
All
to
right.
see it.
Arixis, you're up first.
I continue descending.
Zorkris.
I'm gonna run to the portal.
Well, first you have to attack Bobo.
Well, he has to use his action to attack, but he can use his movement however he so chooses, right?
Yeah. You must use your action to attack the nearest creature.
Do I have to attack first, then move?
I'd say you can do in whichever order.
So I can move first, right?
Yeah.
So can I move towards the portal?
Yeah. And you can get there with your movement.
What happens if I get in the portal?
Is Bobo still on you?
He would probably be, yes.
As you step back into the portal, everybody sees him just kind of right through. And I'm going to leave your token on here so you can continue to see. But he just right back through the portal, and Zorkris is no more.
Been a pleasure, guys.
No.
Would I have seen
Nice
this?
knowing you.
Yeah, you would also be able to have seen him run back to the portal. I think that's the portal is glowing as shown on the table there. So like you're all seeing what's happening, and you're all seeing each other.
Bye, guys.
No.
Initiative is over. Yeah.
Oh,
Can I-
you guys, that's me killing everybody. Fireball.
Yeah. Throw it in the portal. Yeah.
So 4 of you at least managed to press on into the next layer, overcoming your, some of you overcoming your urge to
Run like
not
a BF.
do that thing.
How
are you doing
far?
now?
So like, I guess just real quick, I'm trying to visualize this. So we're going down, like through the layers, through the what do you call it? It's the atmospheres, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
Where is like the portal in relation to that? Like, is the portal like a pole through this?
It seems fixed. It's a bit hard to tell because there is no ground, there is no ceiling, there is nothing. You are suspended in air or whatever substance it is that seems to occupy this plane, and
Right. I guess
you
I
see
guess
it
my
moving
question is,
away
like,
from
would
you.
I have
like
to go back up through the planes in order to go back to the portal, or can I just go straight to the portal, kind of thing?
yes, you see the plane that you pass, the layer that you pass through is kind of giving a grayish hue to the portal, as it's kind of dimming the light just a little bit as you move deeper, but you can still see it through the layers. And as you gaze downward, you don't just see the current layer you're in, you do see deeper and deeper layers. Up to a certain point, you probably guess you could see like 15 or 20 down. It's kind of weird because it's kind of impossible to gauge any sort of actual physical distance, but it seems like some of them might be really close together and some of them might be like miles apart, but you're still able to see all the way down.
Maybe I
Definitely
should
would have seen Zorkris run to the, or whatever, float to the portal and disappear.
Yeah, you also Zorkris run back to the portal.
Can I call out for him?
You can, but he wouldn't hear you.
Okay, that's I mean, I would
You would
call
get
out
no
for
response.
him, so I don't get a response.
By the way, my attacking probably would have been Rain because I'm seeing through Bobo's eyes, so I don't see Bobo.
But letter of the rule, it's still the creature nearest to you as a person.
Fireball myself.
And I wouldn't say you have to choose your strongest spell, but you feel compelled to attack in some way.
A regular swing.
Rixus would pull out his flute maybe and play whatever he's hearing. See if that gets him, and take breaths to call out to Yomuan to come up to us.
You pull out your flute, and as you begin to play, you feel an even stronger sense of that pull, just like deep, straight beneath you. And there's a moment where, looking and staring into the darkness, you swear that you see the shape of something that very strongly reminds you of the almost shapeless shapes that you encountered previously in the visions that beset you with the orbs. And I mean, you get the strong sense that is the direction to go, but you don't know how far it is or if you
Or
can
how many
reach it.
saving throws I have to make. Well, Ewan is my patron, and I'm being pulled. There's probably precious little that I can do here. Like, there's no way Erixus would actually back out of this. He would just keep going until he gets chased away and fails the saving throw. So I'm gonna keep heading down.
Wait for me.
You see the edge of the next layer below you, and as you begin to move towards it, it seems like it's not getting any closer, and you start thinking, wow, this must be like a lot further than I thought it was. And then suddenly you're there, and it's as though you just almost instantly travel. You look up and you can still see the portal, and strangely the portal doesn't really seem like it got any smaller. It kind of seems like it's the same distance from you. But at the same time, you definitely felt as though you just spent like 2 or 3 minutes swimming through the air to get to this next layer.
Charisma save?
Yeah, anyone who's trying to press on, give me a charisma saving throw. I guess Rain can still make yours with advantage.
Alright.
Yeah.
Like a natural one each time.
I know. Like the opposite of Erixus on this. He's just slinging nat 20s like it's.
Yeah, again, and it will never happen during combat. Anything like.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Shin, you immediately begin the attempt to press into the next layer is just it's too much for your mind, and the same for Rain. And Shin, you just immediately go into like an Erixus style rant, just babbling uncontrollably. You're unable to speak or really say anything, any actual words. You're just like constantly babbling.
That's Erixus, yeah.
That lasts for 7 minutes. That lasts for 9 minutes. Rain, you are stunned for 7 minutes.
All right.
And you both take
This
20
looks
points of
mild
psychic
defense.
damage.
20?
Oh,
20.
Okay. Oh boy.
I can't help but feel like I'm killing all of my friends here.
Wilros and Erixus are still in possession of the fortitude to press on.
Oh, that's what you find. Come with me.
But our friends.
That'll be fine. You're going to harm a fly. Now, he has eaten a few worlds, I assume. But hey. And I continue descending.
But hey, who
through the
hasn't?
abyss. True.
I'm going to like, am I close to Rain?
I mean, you're as close as you are. You know, you can move laterally and be
Like, I
next
feel
to
like,
him.
can I move to him and still, like, can I move to him and then descend without, like, within the same quote-unquote turn, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to, like, go over to him and, like, shake him up and see if he wakes up.
He still seems to be stunned.
Okay. Am I able to still administer a healing potion
Yeah.
to a stunned creature?
You'll waterboard me with it, yeah.
Yeah, it's no different than
I'm like-
incapacitated, so yeah.
I'm gonna, like, pry open his mouth and just pour a healing potion down his throat.
Alright, roll a healing potion. Right.
No, I just did it on my.
Or, yeah, whoever. Oh, you did it
No,
to
I did
yourself.
No, I did the.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
rolled a healing potion.
Yeah. coming back.
Alright, and then
Right.
I will
I would
I will
thank you if
pat
I
it-
could.
pat him on the head and progress down with Erixus.
Additionally, Shin, you feel the overwhelming urge to exit in the same way that Zorkris did, and so you begin again moving back upwards and making your way out of the portal. Rain, you feel that same urge, but you're completely unable to act on it as you just stare upwards, dumbfounded at the portal, wishing you could go there.
Pretty.
All right, Erixus and Wilros, you press on into the next layer, and
I do.
there's a similar sensation. It no longer feels like acid is burning your lungs, but there's some sort of atmospheric change, and it takes a minute, but it at first it seems like you're breathing normal air, but suddenly it seems like there's no air at all, and you just are existing without breath and without the need to draw it. Erixus, you feel that same strong pull growing stronger, and as you peer deeper, you more definitively now see the outline of something, some shadow of some monstrosity that is shapeless and yet massive and terrifying. And you finally hear within your mind as you descend into this layer a familiar voice ring out and say, "Deeper."
I'm terrifying my friends, but sure. I continue descending.
Only Erixus would have heard that?
Yeah, it was in his mind.
In that case, I
Does he react?
call up to Wilros saying, "Come on, there's friendlies down there."
Well, I guess so. Rain is stunned, but would I have seen Shin progressing towards the portal?
Yeah, you can see him, as clearly as you see him on the board. He's
Okay,
just
and I'll
kind of above you and getting closer to the portal, but it's a bit hard to tell because it seems like the portal is almost right next to you still, and yet you know that you went down.
I'm gonna call to Shin and say, "Go on, save yourself. I'm gonna take care of take Rain and save yourselves, and I'm gonna figure out what the heck's going on with Erixus down here."
This is now ranting again. Similar to Shin, but Erixus makes somehow less sense than what Shin is ranting about. Erixus is going on and on about he knew it, the cacophony is near, everyone will see it, everyone will hear it, and things like that. Like a man who lives in the Port Authority.
And though you guys have resisted it so far, you both very strongly feel just at the edge of your consciousness this almost overwhelming madness that you've seen now afflict 3 of your friends and drive them insane or to incapacitance. As you press on through it, but you gather that you will likely suffer their same fates at some point if you lose your fortitude.
Now what?
But you may press on.
I don't know what to do.
I'm gonna spend 2. Can I do this? Hold on. One creature other than yourself. I'm gonna spend a point of bardic inspiration and give Erixus a bardic inspiration die.
Yes.
It's a
Okay.
D8.
And that's good
I
for
thought I could
any
give it to
roll,
myself
right?
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Attack, saves, and ability checks.
All right, you have an extra D8 to use at your discretion.
All right. Erixus would be compelled and has to go deeper. There's no way he avoids this.
I will say when I provide him that bardic inspiration, I say, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this,
Nice.
and then I will progress with him if he's going down deeper.
All right, you continue on, and you see the layer looming ahead of you, and this one looks much farther away somehow than the last one. Like, just looking out into the space in front of you, it seems like there's a lot of open air, and but as you descend, you seem to reach it quicker. And looking up, you see Rain and Shin definitively a bit further away, but somehow the portal seems like it's still just right above you.
My son is screaming. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Okay. Go ahead
Yoga
and
is spoken.
you can go ahead and make another charisma save, Laros.
Oh boy.
Charisma save.
Yeah, go ahead and make another charisma save.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh. I gotta roll.
Oh.
Roll my bardic inspiration. 1d8.
Oh, that's right. He's got bardic inspiration.
Actually,
Oh.
I forgot. I was gonna have you make these with advantage. I've been forgetting because you've just been rolling nat 20s like every time, but Erixus is quite a bit more attuned to. Sorry, Erixus, not Waros.
Oh, rip.
Erixus is far more attuned to the constant madness that's already in his head.
This is like a Tuesday for him.
You guys call this an adventure. I call this Tuesday.
All right, so that's a 22, and you're 9. Do you still want to use the bardic inspiration?
No, I'll keep the 22.
All right.
He asked you if you wanted to use it on a 22, and you said no.
Let's remember that.
Just checking.
Oh.
I'll take my chances.
Nice.
Waros, you take 26 psychic damage.
There's no creature that I could see doing this, right?
Nope.
Wait, the hiccups. Okay, 26, so I'll take 10 for my temp, and then 16 from my nat.
You additionally begin suffering from extreme paranoia. You have a disadvantage on wisdom and charisma checks for the next 30 hours.
That includes saves?
Right there.
Checks.
Right.
Checks, okay.
Specifically
You're not
checks.
casting any spells, bro.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a worse effect, but I mean, technically that almost seems better than being stunned for 7 minutes.
Do I
Yeah.
get
But
the
I mean-
feeling that this is, that I'm saving against Sprite or Charm?
No. You have never felt such overwhelming just madness enveloping your mind. It's not as though you are afraid of something or afraid of this place. It's as though your mind itself is slipping away from you.
Okay. I also just realized, not even related to that question, but I also just realized that I have advantage on saving throws against Charmed. Somebody remember that for me later.
I will try. I think Erixus has that too as a half elf, right? So that's a racial trait.
Yeah, it's a half elf ratio.
Yep.
All right. Additionally, you feel the overwhelming urge to head back out of that portal, and you start moving back up through the layers. You see Shin ahead of you. Is just about made it into the portal. No, you can no longer fight it.
This was me fighting it.
Yeah, you can no longer fight it, and you must leave.
just waits for Shin and Willrose to get out of here, to leave. And he's encouraging them both to leave at this point. Rain can't leave.
Yeah, I think I'm just floating in the ether.
Yeah, he can't leave yet. At this point, at least a minute or two has passed, so he's, this isn't round by round combat.
Would I be
turn order.
Would I be mindful enough to try to grab Rain by the arm as I'm progressing towards the portal?
I'd say yes. You're not entirely
not like Shin
focused on yourself, but Shin just can't speak coherently. I mean, he can still think.
Would he have taken, heed my word when I asked him to grab Rain and go? Rather, would he have been able to understand that, and then I guess he could make the decision on whether or not he would have done that?
He would have understood, yeah.
So I guess, Shin, would you have grabbed Rain on your way out?
Oops.
Or Mike?
Yeah.
I probably weigh about as much as Shin's halberd, so it's probably not difficult.
Alright, so whatever efforts it would have been, Shin would have dragged Rain enough, and I would grab him by the other arm and drag him on my way back to the portal.
Alright, you do
However
see
that
them
works.
making progress to the portal as Shin carries Rain's lifeless, or limp, almost lifeless body up with him. And you are able to catch up to them. It seems odd, given that they should be somewhat farther ahead of you, but you, moving up through the layers, are just suddenly upon them. And you grab Rain and you begin moving a bit closer to the portal. Arixis, you press on, finally, and proceed one layer deeper as additional layers begin to cause your friends to fade from your vision of it as you... Oops. Sorry, as you move further and further away, you can still see the portal, and it seems as though it's still almost right above you, but you can very clearly see that everybody else has moved a considerable distance away from you. You press in deeper.
Before I go deeper, I will call out again. These are my players. Why are you chasing them? They're my only friends. Except the dragon.
Oh. Good.
There's no response, but as you call out into the shapeless abyss beneath you, you suddenly feel as though there are 1,000 eyes staring at you, but you cannot see them. You just have the sudden overwhelming feeling that you are being watched by countless lidless eyes staring back up at you that are just almost on the edge of your vision. You feel like you see a shape here and there, and even still the greater mass of something deep underneath you, but staring deeper and deeper into it, you still don't actually make out any sort of actual physical form of anything. And as you begin to proceed deeper, you see the next layer begin to loom up in front of you, and finally you feel as though you see the shape of something. It's massive, and you almost don't realize that it's there because it is so massive that it seems like it fills the entire void beneath you. It seems almost edgeless, but as you look around you and down, it seems as though there is some sort of edge and some sort of creature that is constantly changing shape. As you
Clapping his hands and just ranting madly, and he does feel bad and say, like, "But the dragon is not just my friend. He's my best friend. Sorry, Volkers. Yeah, I keep going if I can.
You continue on, and you press into the next layer. Go ahead and make another charisma saving throw. At advantage. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want
that,
to
yeah,
use
I'm going to
the
use my
die?
bardic inspiration. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Nice.
You begin to press into the layer, and as you do, there is just an overwhelming sense of the presence of whatever this thing is directly beneath you. And as you stare into it, you realize that it seems as though there are no layers left. And it seems as though, even though it seemed like it was so far away and so far beneath you, you have almost arrived to it. You feel like you could reach out and touch it, and then it, at the same time, seems like it's miles away. And you hear one final voice ring out in your mind and say, "Free me."
Creeped out.
As you take 33 psychic damage.
Wow. With a 24. For 77 hours.
That health bar.
Wow. Yeah, it's like half his HP. Gee.
I had 10 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
You as you try to press into the next layer, and you hear this voice ring out and sense this great looming, overwhelming presence beneath you. It's too much, even for you, who has been seeking Yovyuan, and the combination of this place and whatever this thing actually is just shattering your mind as you immediately recoil and begin fleeing for the portal as fast as your mind can carry you back upwards. Additionally, for the next 2 minutes, you experience an overpowering urge to eat something strange, such as dirt or slime.
Where's that red thing?
Can do.
Jesus.
I
All right,
call out to Rain, asking for his goblet rat.
I still...
Sorry, what?
Like, am I awake yet?
It probably like 4 or 5 minutes have passed. You're getting close to shaking off the effect, but you're not quite there yet.
Okay.
As you guys just reach the cusp of the portal, Erixus catches up to you, almost impossibly, as he just kind of in the same way that Wilros somehow rapidly ascended and caught up to everybody. He also catches up with you, and all together you plunge through the portal.
Do we get the bends?
Oh, hey guys, what's up?
1 second. All right, as you all plunge through the portal, even knowing that Zorkris went through before you, as soon as you crest the portal and reach the center, and you fall midair, just like 5 or 10 feet back down onto the stone floor beneath you, Zorkris is falling with you, seemingly at the exact same moment.
Oh, hey, guys.
Oh. I probably just face plant because I'm still stunned.
Yes, you are still stunned. As you all break through the portal and hit the ground, there's a bit of a yelp and of surprise as 3 figures standing around you are at that exact moment pulling the orbs out of the pedestals, and you immediately see the portal behind you just vanish.
Very dark in here.
Is it?
Yeah, I feel like it's darker than I remember it being with the for the fight.
It was unlit.
Either way.
There's 3 figures, and then there's 3 other figures.
Yeah, you see 3 other wizardly in appearance characters that are seemingly standing at guard, and as soon as you drop through the portal, they seem to be ready and waiting to attack, potentially. They are combat ready.
We recognize them, do we?
That's Zalith, Cyril, and some other guy over here.
Kabaf,
Right?
you immediately recognize those 3.
Oh, Kabaf. That's his
It is
brain.
your brain.
So shakes his head, grabs a handful of dirt and eats it, or dust, whatever's on the floor here, and says, "What are you doing, idiots?"
Do I still have the urge to kill?
You do, for about another minute.
Ooh!
Oh, shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, fireball!
Yeah, right.
You have not yet attacked Bobo either, so I'll say now is when you roll your attack.
Right.
In your mind, you have just passed through the portal.
Get this thing off of me!
Uppercut it, yeah.
16 will hit, and it has 1 HP, so I'd say
No!
bye-bye, Bobo.
No!
Whoosh.
Zorkis can see nothing.
Yeah, the
It's
good
totally
news is he's now blinded.
What you say?
I'll show him who's next!
Did I have any? I don't think I had any ailments, right? Other than wanting to leave?
You...
Oh, no, wait. I had something for...
Yeah, for the next 30 hours, you have disadvantage on wisdom and charisma checks.
Boy, okay.
So that's like any skill, like performance and
Yeah, any skill check with those 2
persuasion.
things.
I'll let you do that. Okay.
Just is ranting about needing to get back. And try
I
again.
can see you guys. I'll kill you, you freaking punks.
Shut up, Draven.
Am I able to
they-
cast more spells yet?
No, not yet.
Alright.
There's no effect of rest or anything of that kind. You feel as though you just spent like maybe 4 or 5 minutes in the portal total.
Well, I think you meant,
Except for you,
does he
Zorkris.
have to attack again?
Oh,
Is that what you meant, Lebo?
Yes.
we'll say I'll say this so we don't have to waste 10 rounds of comment on this. Zorkris is, you've just seen him swing and smash Bobo out of the air into non-existence, and he is now continuing to make threats. Is anyone doing anything?
Hold on.
Can someone
still
cure
like-
him, or
I'm face down on the ground, like cross-eyed right now.
Yeah, Rain is the only one who was
Who's
unable
next?
to do anything.
Get away from me.
Try to grab him
can we subdue him?
because I'm so paranoid. that he's gonna punch me.
You can.
No. Oops. Pressed it by accident.
I'm going to, I guess, grapple, right? Strength, athletics check. What is it?
Yeah, if you're grabbing him, make a contested strength check against Zorkrus.
Great strength.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Athletics check.
I'm not very athletic.
Oh.
Oh, all right. You
Oh,
successfully grapple Zorkrus, and you are restraining him.
Me. Get off of me!
I'm gonna say, we have company.
Who is that?
Stop acting like a fool, or else I'm gonna put you in your bedroom. I will turn this car around.
But technically, he would not try to break the grapple. He would only attack the creature nearest to him, which is now you. Zorkrus, swing your mace with disadvantage.
Well, you'd be over there. I would.
Crunch.
All right, he misses.
This-
All right, we'll say for the sake of not playing this out for 10 rounds and wasting 20 minutes on non-combat PvP, that the effect eventually wears off, and you are able to completely subdue him until he snaps out of it. During this time, though, Kabaf, Cyril, and Zalathorm are staffs and spells at the ready. They are seemingly about to hit you with them, and are coming to a moment of realization that it's you guys. As Zalathorm puts his staff back a bit and says, how are you here?
You took it from me. I demand you open it again. I must try again.
I will not. And he makes a motion with his hands, and the orb vanishes.
Do we recognize the dead bodies?
Which dead bodies?
The bodies, the Mind Flayer and the Beholders, whatever they were?
There are no dead bodies.
Okay. I'm gonna say, like, how long were we out for?
Yeah, like what day is it?
Yeah.
Sorry, real quick. Light is 30 feet or 60 feet?
I'll post it up. Nope.
Do these guys look the same age as when we last saw them?
Make a perception check.
I guess I can't, but
Well, you said that we spent the time of me getting grappled and stuff.
Well, he has a lot longer than you do. He's stunned for like 7 hours.
no,
he's
minutes.
like he's stunned for
Oh,
like another
7
60 seconds maybe.
Yeah,
But
I'm
how long
Han
was
Solo
my,
in the
how long is
carbonite
my
right now.
paranoia? 30 hours?
30 hours, yes.
What the? This guy gets
You-
7 minutes of sleep, and I have 30 hours of paranoia.
You pushed on considerably farther than
I
he
know, I'm
did.
only kidding.
How long? I guess I'll allow Boros to make the perception check since he's the one conversing.
Yeah.
Give him guidance.
Disadvantage. Guidance, disadvantage.
Oh yeah.
Perception. 12.
You notice that previously these three were very well kept and had, pristine robes and really nice shiny gold what's the word I'm looking for?
Like embroidery or
Their bling, their bling was nice and shiny and well kept. Their accoutrement, nice leather belts, nice rich leather belts. Everything on them seems a bit more worn and stained, and they seem like they have considerably more creases around their eyes, and Kabaf and Cyril seem like their hair is growing a bit grayer, and they're not.
Bob have a brain?
He seems to have a brain.
Kabaf, oh, never mind. Kabaf has no brain. Salthorn, what year is it?
You leave.
What year is it? Hang on.
Because if it's close to
Copper
my
piece in this world.
He looks. You see just the slightest little cock of his head as he stares at you, and it is 1516.
We lost 11 years?
What year was it?
It was 1507,
What?
9 years?
roughly.
Salathorn, we came to you last to do the mission in Amtar Woods. Then we went to the temple, and then we came here. We've been in here that whole time.
I've been here this whole time. Some of us fled immediately.
Yeah, I didn't want to kill everybody.
How is that possible? How did you open this portal?
We came in here. There were two looked like beholders and a huge mind
I look
flayer.
at Erixus.
Erixus-
Somebody opened the portal.
Rixus opened the portal and we got sucked in for 9 years.
Richard raises his hand and says, "Oh no, I opened the portal." Yes, absolutely.
That would explain quite a bit, actually. Things are not the same as they once were, and I suppose it was right around the time that you all disappeared that our new challenges beset us.
What
Don't tell me the planes were
What happened?
sundered once again.
Where'd the drows go?
Maybe it's an echo of the
Oh,
original
shit.
sundering. Oh, yeah.
That's it. Rosera and talk about splitting the party.
They're
Jeez.
level 20 now. Shit.
Out of character quickly, though, I mean, I'm assuming that you are all together on each of these missions, so meta aside,
We want you to. We want you to
they were
play it
with
out. 9 years later.
Finally he says, there will be time for more questions later. Come quickly, we must leave this place.
Burroughs asks, "Can we take a nap first?"
Like a long rest.
Where?
Kidding.
At your own peril, but I would not remain here if I were you. Come quickly. See,
Alright.
begins walking out, and you see Cyril and Kabaf vanish their orbs that they're each holding as well, and then begin following him out.
Since it's briefly dismayed, but I do have a question. How big is a copper piece in this world?
I mean,
Like the size of a penny?
probably a little bit bigger than that, a little thicker.
Can I eat one without danger to my life and limb?
I'd say so, yeah.
Erixus just swallows a copper piece.
What the?
He says, "Now that rat's out of the way."
Berry, give you a good berry.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man.
I'm compelled to eat weird things.
Sounds too delicious.
So now that that's going on, Erixus is like beside himself, rapidly vacillating between just literally yelling at Zalathorn, and I assume Zalathorn would ignore the rantings of this man, and just yelling at him for like, "You tried already!" But at the same time, like very, very happy that everyone else now knows that Viewin is real, and that so the vacillation between this anger and these tears of joy, that everyone else can hear it now, or at least heard it once, and that he lasted longer than everyone else, proving to him that he actually is Yoviewin's chosen one. But anyway, go on.
All right.
Say to Cyril, you should have given me that book.
Oh yeah, you're like 61 years closer to that other book. So-
I know. I'm excited. I'm on the waiting list.
Oh, right.
I knew there'll be a time shift.
You should have bought some Bitcoin before he came in here. Jesus.
He opens the side entrance here that you guys had previously not gone down, and begins heading down. You see a smooth stone wall at the end of the tunnel that doesn't seem like a door, and with a light push, it swings outwards, and you recognize it as the original entryway that brought you in
Was
You
this
didn't
a
have
shortcut
to
the whole
do
time?
The whole
Yeah.
thing?
God damn it!
There were
Rip.
booby traps up there. Did you guys find that, or you knew the secret tunnel? I'm talking to Southbourne.
We
Well,
have
Go ahead.
many means of bypassing such things at our disposal.
I used my
Guess we took the
intellect to
scenic
get
route.
through it.
How long have you been looking for us? Or not us, but looking for this portal?
Assumption.
We have not been looking for you.
Well,
we have been
No shit.
we've been seeking this portal for several years now. There were a great many disturbances across the kingdom, and at first they seemed random, but we soon learned that there must be some central cause. But unfortunately, it took a very long time to determine what that might be, and we were finally led down this track here, thanks to the research of Cyril.
Be honest, you knew it was us, right?
There were suspicions as he casts a glance over at Cyril.
The Eric's Cyril knew what he was talking about. You told me to know shit.
You should have let me the book. If you had let me the book, maybe this wouldn't have happened.
I agree. I'm
So
on the
can we all
list
be in
of-
agreement that this is Cyril's fault? Erixus is now dancing again, talking about the terminal cacophony and how it's inevitable. And then he scrapes some moss off the wall and eats it.
Oh God.
As you as you begin reaching the end of this tunnel here back into the cave structure, how long did I say your effect was, Adam? Sorry, what?
2 hours?
2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes.
2
Okay, yeah,
minutes.
it's worn off for you at this point.
Lifetime.
I have a feeling that
So, like,
he still
as-
wants to eat
Yeah.
moss or whatever.
That's
Yeah,
a permanent
as
personality trait now.
as you yeah, as you begin munching on the moss, you kind of have a sudden realization that you're eating moss, and you're kind of like, huh.
Could
But
use
you kind of
salt.
you commit to it anyways. All right, the
So strange.
Slimy but satisfying.
Slime for us all.
as he begins leading you back in through the cave structure, as you all begin stepping through the hidden entrance in the wall, you immediately notice that all the bear traps have been set off so as to not potentially be of any harm. And as you begin passing in, Delathorn turns to Erixus and just shushes him and says, "Please, we must be quiet while leaving."
I don't think that's an option for me.
He's honest, at least.
I
Erixus
assure
is
you,
honest and says, I need an outlet.
I assure you, you may regret it.
Uh,
Please, be quiet.
Can I give him some good berries to munch on?
Zalform hears knocking on his brain. And it's just Erixus ranting again.
Oh, using the mental thing.
Oh,
You
God.
put life back on me, Gabe.
Oh, yeah, right, sorry. Different tokens, forgot. That's the wrong thing.
Walking. Erixus is recounting to Zalathorn everything that happened in his life up until this point.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh
God.
my god.
And then when I was 9, my father took me to work at a bookbinding place. You know, and it's all the story of Yo-Yo and how Erixus first heard the music and exactly what we find. You know, that's what Erixus is ranting about. Like what's in the portal, what we saw.
He
Every
just
few sentences or so, Erixus will say, "Don't tell Cyril."
he is continuing to just kind of wave his hand at you in a quieting manner and seemingly trying to press on and put a little distance between himself and you. He finally says again, "Please be quiet." As everybody continues progressing on.
I tap Kaboff. I say, "Watch out ahead for the trap."
What is it? Dead
The
thing?
body.
That's the doppelganger with the goo.
No.
Do you have sight, Rain?
Let me double check. Oh yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure. The last time I put tokens in here, you for some
Yeah,
reason
same.
didn't have dark vision. On the floor, as you're passing through, you do see the burned and mangled corpse of some creature that's a bit hard to make out, and like bits and pieces of it just kind of scattered around. As
Wow. I think we fought these in another life.
What is it?
as they
Life.
as they continue passing over them, there's a sharp cry as this one that seemed as though it was dead stands up and makes a stab at Erixus.
Where is this? Oh,
Erixus-
it's on top of it.
Right on you, yeah. Erixus is.
Wood.
Is that Kaboff? The green one?
I'm almost
No,
dead.
that's Cyril.
No, that's
Boss here.
Cyril.
Yeah,
As it
Kaboff.
reaches up and stabs at Erixus, you feel a resurgence of Yovuan's song in your mind as you watch this thing in slow motion, and time almost seems to stop as you see its blade coming towards you. This weird hooked bone that's a part of its arm itself, the end of its arm slashing out, and you are absolutely certain that it is going to impact you, and it looks gnarly, like it's going to deal some massive damage. And as it reaches forward and lunges at your chest, you feel the music of Yoyun change, and you almost will reality to bend as this thing just falls over flat and lands on this bone shard as you see it shove through and stick right through its ribcage, up and out its back as it falls over dead finally. For real.
Oh. Last breath.
Just kind of looks around and says, yeah, I meant to do
Did I do that?
That was awesome. Do I know what happened?
They tried to stab you. Just died.
What an unfortunate accident.
You have a new feature on your character sheet.
What?
What? Hold on a sec.
Justin.
Rixus is the $1 million man. He can run in slow motion real fast. He's got to make the noise.
Like thorns or something?
Oh, my goodness.
Bubble text it, bubble text it.
Oh man. This is an awesome warlock thing. I'm gonna save this for a mobile text for later.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna save what?
He doesn't want to show it to us.
The reveal.
Oh,
I'm not linking it just yet.
okay. All right. As Zalathorn witnesses this thing attempt to lash out and kill you, as it somehow inexplicably impales itself instead, he breathes a sigh of relief and says, "Please, be quiet." As he continues to lead you all on and out of the cave. I won't make you guys walk through the rest of the thing because there's nothing more to see. But all right, you all proceed up on out of the cave. At this point, I would like to take a short break, and I'm also, I guess, asking, do we want to continue? I know Adam's not feeling well, and Mike has some things this evening. Do we want to call it short and pick up next week, or?
Good, but
It's up to them.
Adam and Mike.
Yep, up to them.
Go for another 45 or so.
Okay, then let's run it. We'll take a break.
Okay.
And run.
All right, let's take a real quick break then.
All right.
All right, guys, back in just 1 minute. Just gonna use restroom, get drinks
thing
and
I
stuff
put
like
my
that. So
name
yeah,
on that
we will
list.
be right back. Let's get back to it then. So they lead you out, and it seems like they are beginning to make their way back towards Hallara. It's kind of midday-ish. It's a bit overcast, so it's a bit hard to tell the exact time. But it is still broad daylight and seems to kind of be in the middle of the day. As he leads you out, he still seems to be looking around cautiously at the mouth of the cave, and it isn't until you make it a little ways away from the cave that he finally speaks up again and says, "Finally, now we can talk a bit more easily."
What happened? What happened when we've been gone?
Yeah, what do we miss?
Many things. I wouldn't know where to start. That is likely many days worth of conversation. But suffice it to say, this portal has unleashed a number of unsavory things upon these lands.
Yeah, we're back. Sorry.
Excuse me. Leave the jokes to me.
And
What sort
as a
of
result,
unsavory?
we have been at nearly constant war for the past 7 years.
With?
War against what?
Creatures. Many like what you've seen in the cave there. Many far more terrible. And he seems almost a little shaken as he says it.
Is Hallara still standing?
Yes, fortunately, we are quite capable of defending ourselves, though the war is not without its toll, and many members of our ranks have been lost. Many very great wizards lost to this.
the Amtar Forest okay?
That is an entirely different matter. Perhaps a discussion for another time. Shinkulo is still gone, but there is many other things afoot, both here in Halrua and in the surrounding lands.
Is there
What
a way
are
we
these
can?
mind flares? Why are they so interested in what we were doing? Sorry, let me back up for a second. We murdered one of them and took the blue orb, and that's how we opened the portal.
The mind flayer, there was a mind flayer there and in possession of a key.
Yes. Did you listen to my rantings in your brain?
To the whole story.
That is perhaps more deeply disturbing, and I'm incredibly thankful that we were able to locate the portal before anyone else in that case. That would be the second key that was found in their possession, given that I believe you found the first one with Kabaf, also with a mind flayer, if I am not mistaken.
We found that,
Just
but no Kabaf brain.
Yeah. Ate your brain?
Kabaf shoots you a sharp, intimidating glance. How could I forget?
You have a brain, so oh, never mind. Never mind.
Oh, I'm muted this whole time.
Oh
I
no!
had questions.
Fire away.
I said at one point when you mentioned about how Halura dealing with their own trials and tribulations and at the loss of some, I said, please tell me Baru is okay.
He looks a bit puzzled. The innkeeper? I suppose he is fine. I believe he is still tending his bar.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Collecting.
I mean, not to discount the others, but thanks.
The great wizards who are lost.
Moment of-
At least
moment of
Baru's
silence.
okay.
Moment of silence, and then I like bow my head and I like give like a little yes with my elbow to the side. And then I made some joke about Kabaf's brain, but I don't remember it. I do ask though, like, can we go to Hallara? We are, we were just awake for 9 years, so it'd be nice to get a little rest in.
Yes, of course. I'm sure you had quite the ordeal beyond the veil.
You could tell us more
Tell
about
me.
it. You could tell us, serenade us while we sleep.
Tell me,
Sort of.
where exactly have you been these past 9 years?
I heard
You know
the
when
music.
you like stand up too fast and everything goes black and you get dizzy? Yeah, we were there.
Puts his arm around Zalathorn. It says, "You really don't listen to anything that I put into your head, do you?" Let me tell you the story of Ewan. That's the cacophony. Then Rochester starts, going off on a tangent about the abyss, neither up nor down, being beyond the edges of space and time, and how there was a really big thing that was pulling us down, and how everyone played but him. That's where we were. Where were you?
We were there for maybe 5 minutes. It wasn't 9 years.
I'm pretty sure it
Minutes?
was 9 years.
It didn't feel like 9 years. I heard those noises and I ran out of there. I didn't want to kill everybody.
Only minutes. Curious. Well, we will have to discuss this more, I suppose, later. For now, let us continue back to Hallara. Also, you all would have probably noticed, given that only a few minutes have passed since you entered, your horse and carriage, or your horse and cart, are long gone. Nowhere to be seen. No trace of them.
Yeah, how long do horses live?
They live for a while,
Starved to death.
but they definitely don't stay hitched outside of a cave for 9 years.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, I forgot. Well,
That'd
maybe.
be a perfect horse skeleton attached to the cart. I look at Kaboff and go, your brain feel better?
I wish instead of push on the mind flayer angle. Why would the mind flayer thing make them so worried? As opposed to just,
I'll tell
Anything else?
Zalthorn that mind flare that we fought was triple the size of the other one that we brought back with us.
Curious. I will admit that would not be the only encounter with mind flayers that has occurred since you've been gone. There have been other incursions, not so much by mind flayers, but by what we believe to be their servants. But at this point, it is too difficult to tell most of the time whether we are dealing with some sort of aberrant attack from another realm or something that has been lurking here for far longer.
Their servants look like big eyeball things with lots of tentacles.
I'm not sure that I've seen many of those, but I believe you have encountered some of the brain-like creatures with legs and other beasts and corrupted beings have also made incursions at various points in time. Not with any frequency, seemingly, and certainly not as frequently as other creatures such as the ones that you've seen in the cave there. But still, they are here, waiting. At any rate, let us continue back to Hallara. He kind of gathers you five up in a circle and begins casting a spell, and you all just feel the ground fall out from under you as you feel a sensation of like rushing through space as if you're moving incredibly fast, and then suddenly you hit the floor again and you're standing in a room that has a glowing sigil on the ground underneath you. And he motions for you to step aside, and as you do, the other 5 wizards suddenly appear in the same spot where you were just standing, and he says, "Welcome back to Hallara."
Thank you.
He leads you out through a set of double doors, and you see that you are in the council chambers. They look a little bit less well kept than they were previously. A little less.
Did you change the map? Sorry,
mi-
did you change the map?
No, I don't have a
Okay.
map for just the one room. I mean, I can change to the council chambers if you want, but
I'm going
I
to take a real
assumed
big look at this
wouldn't be staying there long.
teleportation circle, by the way, and the sigil and everything.
I would say that you recognize it as a teleportation circle. You wouldn't be able to just instantly memorize it. It would take you some time to inscribe it and make a note of it. Are you attempting to do that, or?
Yeah, I would like to take a note of it.
As you sit down and begin to do that and start scribing the sigils into a notebook, Kabaf moves up to you and begins to kind of push you away, and as he does that, Zalathorn motions for him to stop and says, let him have this one. They may be urgent need in their near future.
Hey, Thorn. Oh, sorry. Let's take it with your brain.
He shoots you another dirty look and just walks past him out of the room with Zalathorn. All right. I suppose you will all likely have many more questions, but perhaps that is best to wait for tomorrow. And as you all look well-traveled in your recent 5-minute adventure, so I suggest you take the evening, rest up, and we can meet and discuss things in more detail tomorrow.
Excellent.
Sorry, you cut out. What?
Loros to the Rusty Blade.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hopefully that music's still in style.
Anyone proficient in perception? Give me a perception check. Where else yours is still a disadvantage if you have proficiency.
Still proficient though, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ugh.
I got a 19.
Wasn't there? Oh, I think Rosera's the other one with proficiency. As you begin making your way through the city streets towards the Rusty Blade, things are very quiet. Rain especially notices this, that there is hardly anybody out and about, and those that are out and about are kind of giving you suspicious glances and seemingly trying to go about their business quietly and without prying eyes. And as you make your way to the Rusty Blade, you notice what seems like graffiti at first, but then seems like in other places it's more carefully placed, and there are carvings on some of the buildings, or here and there on a statue, or like in a paver in the streetway itself. And you see a... Oh wait, is this gonna work if I... Oh no, it's not. Crap. Yeah, one second.
Yeah. Guys, you picking up a weird mood around here? It's a little quiet.
In
Not
9
as
years.
bustling.
Supposedly the
You'd think
world.
a city would get more people, right? People are always making babies, and I don't know.
These
But
wizards
didn't he say
haggard.
something else, something a lot have happened since?
It's all for Kaboff. Even missing a brain look ragged.
Oh,
What is this?
You
that looks
spot
like
this crude carving, and it seems, for the most part, like somebody just kind of did it by hand with like a chisel or something, and it's, most of it's carved into stone in various places and in varying sizes, but it seems like some sort of head with talons of some kind or something to that effect.
Who sees it?
Branching out. Rain
Just
would be
Rain.
seeing these. He would spot a couple here and there just walking
I'd
through
point-
town.
Point him out and be like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, if he points that out, I take out a piece of parchment and coal, and I kind of put the parchment over it and rub the coal against it to kind of make an etching.
That looks
Really
like a mind
familiar.
flayer.
All right, you have an etching of it.
Thank you.
All right, but continuing on to the Rusty Blade, you arrive and it seems fairly quiet inside as you stand outside the door. It is still pretty well lit and looks welcoming enough, but as you step through the threshold, you do see that there are really only a couple people in there. It seems very dead, and you do spot Baru standing up at the bar and seemingly distracted with something and tidying up here and there. And as he finally spots you, his jaw drops a bit as he just kind of stands there agape and finally says, "Wilrose?"
I lean on the bar and I say, "Why the long face?"
He aggressively grabs your shoulder and starts patting your shoulder and says, "Welcome back, friend. What can I get you?" "Never mind. Drinks for all of you."
I like this new world.
I say, you act like you haven't seen us in a while. I was just here yesterday.
He stops taking mugs out for a second, pauses, and yes, my friend, it has been years.
What do you mean years?
Where have you been?
Shane kind of just nudges Wilrose.
Oh, Questin.
Oh, that must have taken you quite far afield. Welcome back, at least. You'll have to tell us all about it.
Wilrose looks around at everybody and says, "Weren't we here just yesterday?"
Felt like it, man.
Yeah, totally.
The two people that are sitting at a table kind of far away from you just give you a cold shoulder and go back to their conversation.
I was looking at the group, but yeah, our group.
Oh, okay.
But all right. Well, anyway, I said, well, I guess I'll have to write a song about it. And then I grab the mug, and I kind of lean into him and speak quietly to him. I say, we've been seeing some strange things around town. Would you happen to know anything about? And then I take the piece of paper of the etching, and I slide it quietly under the over the table to him. What can you tell me about this?
As you start sliding it towards him, he says, "Ha! What isn't strange nowadays?" As he reaches in and holds the paper up, you see him almost pale just a little bit, and he leans in and they say these are cultists of some kind. I don't know much about it, and frankly, I don't want to get involved. But I would caution you to take care with who you trust. As he slides it back quickly. Well, how about those drinks? As he begins grabbing the last couple mugs and filling them all up.
Sending and send a message to Rawling. I want to say, Rawling, it's Zorkus. Can you meet us in the bar, Rusty Blade? It's been a long time. Thanks.
It's been 9 years. Come to the bar.
You started it with, "This is Zorkus"?
Yeah.
You wait for a moment and there's no response.
Yes. I think Rawling's dead.
I think she doesn't like you.
No, I think she's close.
No, it's either she's dead or on another plane.
Yeah, those are the only two options.
That's what I think.
People aren't compelled to respond.
I blame Kabalf. I'm going to spend the rest of the night ritual casting Find Familiar.
Okay. Yeah, mark off the components, and after an hour, you have... Are you recasting Owl?
Yep.
Alright, you have Bobo back.
I'm gonna say to Baru, I know you're probably expecting a song, but we are quite exhausted. So if you don't mind, we will take our drinks to the back. We'll bring the cups back in the morning.
Perhaps a song tomorrow evening, then. I must admit that business has been notably down a bit, I think, since in your absence, with your unexpected drop-ins, which were always extremely welcome. I think you had possibly garnered a bit of a following here. I'm sure that I could drum up a full house tomorrow if you would be so inclined.
You know I never turn down an audience. Tomorrow it is.
Excellent. I will see to it. All right. If there's nothing else you guys wanted to do before a long rest,
Nay.
you guys can proceed with a long rest.
Nice.
Been a while.
Dice.
All right.
Inspiration.
At the beginning of the next morning, additionally, the mushroom brew that Rain had started would be ready.
Years
Yes.
ago.
Yeah, this is like a vintage 9 years ago, according to these people. I also just rolled in the staff to see if it get any charges back.
Okay. What's the total charges on that?
10 charges. I'm
Okay.
tracking it with SOTW charges on my sheet.
Okay.
So I used 6 and I just got 6 back.
Nice. All right, you all awake and well rested. What would you like to do?
You guys want to go to the council and see if they can fill us in on what's happening?
I think we should do that. I think we should head on over to the wizardly folk.
Do you want to stop by the mayor first? Because I think Polly's dead.
It's the only explanation.
Maybe we should quit.
Go to the council or stop by mayor first?
Let's go to the mayor's. Why not? And Boris can pick up some help wanted ads.
All right, you guys make your way to the mayor's office. In spite of the definitely late enough hour in the morning that you're arriving, the doors are locked, and it doesn't seem that anybody is there.
It's nighttime? Sorry. What time is it?
No, it's morning. This is after your
okay.
your stay at the Rusty Blade.
To the council.
Sorry, just refreshing Roll20 real quick. All right, seeing the doors locked, you guys proceed on to the council chambers, which you do find open, and you are greeted by Tarth, who still seems to be in charge of keeping the front desk. And you guys all make your way back. He leads you in through the council chambers and back through Zalthorm's office. where you are greeted by Zalathorn. Greetings, friends. Perhaps now is a better time to have a conversation about how we will proceed going forward. If anything, now more than ever, we are in need of your services, and old as it may be, there are obviously those of us who still remember what you have already done for Harua, and I, for one, would be eager to see you assist us in many more ways.
So we're probably just going to tell him what happened, I guess, like on our end.
I would additionally be eager to learn whatever I can about wherever it is that you traveled for such a short, long time.
Really be sure the portal is the cause of these creatures.
I suppose not, but it took us this long to arrive at that explanation, and I mean, we did not know that it was a portal in the first place. We only discovered the portal as we dismantled it, and as you all fell out of it. We did not know what we were walking into, and we were forced to slay many creatures that seemed to almost be protecting it.
You didn't feel sucked into the portal? Because we were sucked right into it.
No, we were not.
It was such an evil place. My ears bleeding. I couldn't imagine anybody living in such a way. I was feeling that.
They'd have to go crazy.
I was fearing I was going to kill everybody. I had to run out of there.
You keep saying this as if we wouldn't have subdued you instantly. All it took was Williams, in fact.
It was lucky. My mace, it was a little rusty after 9 years.
What else can you tell me about this other place? I'm eager to learn anything at all that we can, as it based on the creatures that are coming out of this. I do not believe that this is something that we have ever had the opportunity to venture into previously.
Oh,
Those are keys to it, right?
What's that?
I didn't last very long in there. My ears were bleeding. My mind was going crazy. I just had to run, and I got out as fast as I can. It was just emptiness. Nothing but a portal. And noise.
I say to Zaldorm, I say, if you have the ability to detect curse or magic, maybe, I still feel the ill effects of some of the madness.
You see him
suspiciously quiet.
You see him begin casting a spell, and he seems dissatisfied with the result. He says, "Well, if I'm not able to ascertain what it is exactly that might be ailing you, but perhaps I can offer a remedy at least." And he casts another spell, and you feel the effect leave you.
Well, thank you. Right on time. I have a show to put on tonight.
Oh my god.
kind of just quietly says, "You have no idea what you're dealing with."
I'm aware of that, and I have been dealing with it for several years now, which is why I would be very eager to learn more about
Just interrupts
what
and
it
just bursts out.
is.
Says he bursts out in an interruption. Says, "I've been dealing with it for decades."
Well, then it seems that I have chosen the right crew for the tasks ahead, then.
Tasks ahead.
Will you be willing to continue to work with the council and the people of Halora and aid us?
I have a price.
Which is...
What? You will help me free him.
Free who?
You will help me free him. It is your only hope. It is my only hope. Also some magic items as well.
Wow. Bring him spell story.
He leans back in his chair and places his elbows on the armrest and bridges his fingers and thinks for a moment and finally says, I cannot make any promises, but perhaps if we are able to resolve these things, we can find your friend together and see what can be done.
My friend. Yes, my friend, of course. You will help me free him. It's fantastic. I trust that if anyone can do it, you can.
Indeed.
So at this point, I guess since Wilrose and I were like the ones in there the longest, like we could like describe. Like, is he asking about the place itself, or like what we were doing there, how we got there, or all of the above?
I think he has at least a vague idea of how you got there and the finding of the keys themselves, because Cyril had the knowledge that you were looking for it and was also doing his own research into the matters. So that's kind of what ultimately led them down that path, is kind of what they were hinting at previously. So I think he's more so asking about the place that you traveled to itself, as they didn't have a chance to glimpse that before closing the portal.
In math.
You cut out a bit. What was that?
I said it was like living in math.
In math?
In math. That's the like Williams, you're good with words. You say things.
What am I saying?
Explaining what that realm looked like that we were in, right? Is that what we're trying to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just consciously trying to like he's not gonna be able to prevent himself from talking about yo-yoing if he's in there. But he gets the sense that he shouldn't.
Did I explain it to him? Oh no, I explained it to Baru. No, who did I say about when you stand up too fast?
The bar.
It was Bar.
No, I think it was Zalathorm or Kabaf or somebody. I don't think Baru didn't ask about the place itself. Yes, I believe you've said that already, but what does it look like? Is there fire? Is it like our material plane? Is it ethereal? Is it darkness?
Like clouds and
We should all go back together.
Void. Empty.
clouds and mist and void. Yeah.
Intriguing.
No. It was gray, very gray. The sound of the void is all around. The music, it pulled me closer. It pulled us all closer. But only I could take it. And Wilrose, too, for some time. He did a great job. Good little guy. And pats Wilrose's head. Eric just kind of goes into very detailed descriptions, exactly how you were talking about it. Like you get one layer is acid, and one layer is nothing. There's distances mean nothing. Geometry fails to mean anything. Everything is just
non-Euclidean space.
yeah. There's just nothing. It's nothing, but you can still move. And Erixus does let slip of the presence. He was there, and I know that it was for him.
Intriguing. I'm not sure that we have any sort of accounts of this nature. This seems like quite a unique place that you visited. You speak again of this creature. Were there any other creatures there? Did you see anything else? Were there other people? Other monsters?
Ugly Zorkus is a monster. Sure, he's ugly and tall, but that's very rude. He's standing right here.
I felt like a monster. I lost control of my mind.
Fair point. Then yes, one monster and the rest of us.
Yes, you speak again of losing your mind. Was it this place itself that drove you to madness? Or is there some force that was working against you?
You saw when we first encountered you. I attacked my poor familiar. Then I attacked my friends over here. I don't know why. It's just the noise in my head just forced me to go crazy.
It knocked me on my butt.
Shin refuses to say what happened to him.
I see. Well, perhaps it is best that we don't know too much, or perhaps we will find out together another time. He glances towards Erixus.
What task do you want us to do?
Well, that may require a bit of explanation. To start with, as mentioned previously, there is still a presence of mind flayers, and as you all have dealt with several of them now, including this extremely large one as you described it, perhaps this task would be better suited for you guys, as we seem to have difficulty locating them, and they seem to find you quite frequently. We know that they are here somewhere. We believe, and he glances behind you to make sure that the door is closed, and you see him wave his hand as you hear a lock snap on the doors behind you. We believe that they may have in some way infiltrated our ranks, or potentially infiltrated other seats of power in other surrounding kingdoms, or perhaps people here on the council. It's all very unclear, and as I'm sure you remember in your encounters with Kabaf several years ago, it may be waiting right under your nose, and you don't even see it. So then, any information that you might be able to glean about these mind flayers would be most appreciated, and especially their ultimate destruction, if such an opportunity presents itself to you.
What are we gonna do?
That I cannot say, as I have no starting point for you, unfortunately, on that front. There is a rare attack every now and then, and by some of these creatures that we believe may be serving them. But it has been quite a bit of time since one of those has happened, and so perhaps it would be best to, as unreasonable as it may seem, wait for them to show themselves again before we attempt to strike back. But I'm not sure where we might find them.
Should we show him the cult symbol and ask him what they are? The etching.
That was a Wilrose thing.
You're muted, Brian.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I could. I could show him, this etching, and I'll say that we've seen these scattered across the town.
Yes. These began appearing a few years ago. First, in more isolated areas and seemingly shrines in the middle of the woods or the mountains, built to whatever this entity may be. And it has slowly infiltrated further and further now into our own cities, and there are cultists, for lack of a better term, that now openly worship whatever this entity is. I have not paid it much attention, as so far they have been relatively harmless, and I don't necessarily believe it's of much consequence currently, but you are obviously welcome to keep an ear out and present any information to the contrary.
You know of any of their
Like a mind flayer.
What was your question, Zorkris?
Do you know any shrines to this cult in the city?
No shrines in the city, no. It is still generally frowned upon by those here who do worship other deities, and it is certainly not an official form of worship. I believe the entity has been called Ilsensin, but more than that, I do not know.
That's the name from the book, right?
The name from what book?
The book I read in the Mount whatever, the library, the archives.
Oh, the monster book.
Yeah.
That is probably true, because I don't know where else you would have possibly heard that name. I don't specifically remember giving you that piece of information, but I may have.
That's the god of the mind flayers, according to the book.
There you have it. Are you telling that to him?
Yeah, I read that
Okay.
in the monster book.
Yeah, you have heard this name before, and it is. I certainly see the resemblance of in the etchings, but they have these cultists have been scattered at best, and have posed no threat. Their worship seems certainly non-violent. You're certain?
Yeah, it was in the monster book I read in the archives.
Well, then that is indeed disturbing. Perhaps this garners more attention than I thought it deserved. And perhaps finding some of these cultists could lead you down that path. There are a number of these shrines that I think have been untouched or have been rebuilt at the very least. I know we have attempted to destroy them, or others have attempted to destroy them, who are more prone to taking offense to such deities that they consider what's the word I'm looking for? The antithesis of their own deities. It is possible that you could still find one of these shrines in the area, and or find some of these cultists along with it.
Do the cultists wear any like unique robes or markings?
I have not seen them myself, but I assume that they would not be particularly difficult to find if they are at one of these shrines or near it. Again, they are a very scattered people, and as far as I know, they don't have any particular organization. Until now, this has been disregarded as a inconsequential sect of some unknown entity. Hey, what's up, Titanic?
I mean, you guys want to go look into this? It seems like something we should do.
That's a start. We have no starting point.
Do you remember that that cult we stopped in the city? In the basement with the
Mind Flayer
triangles?
cult. That wasn't a Mind Flayer cult, though. That was something else. That was there was a different goddess there, like Mistra or something.
Yeah, but it's still a shrine.
No, Mistra is the goddess of magic. That is the dominant and most accepted form of worship in Halrua. That was goddess Lyra.
Wait, how about we just go find the building that has one of these things in it? One of these
Yeah, go
pictures?
in. Yeah, and help
Just go in
ourselves.
and start interrogating shit.
That works. Or I'm sure that the cultists wear the symbol also on them. So we just gotta be on the lookout.
It's possible. You should also be made aware of further developments in the area. Previously, the Aklar swamp has been largely uninhabited, except by various creatures that prefer to dwell in such areas. But with the recent incursion and the lack of oversight in that rather large area within our own borders, many of these creatures, which we have found are somewhat highly organized and almost geared for war, it would seem, have taken the swamp as their own in large part and are attempting to use it as a foothold to launch various attacks against Halra and other cities in the region. A few of smaller settlements have been destroyed. Kabaf's own Zafari was laid waste to several years ago. And other settlements have also suffered great losses. Apart from that, there are just many wandering creatures horrible creatures of various sorts that you may happen upon. So I would advise extra caution in your travels. If you are taking the road, be prepared to fight at any time, and always keep a watchful eye.
Richard would step up and say, well, I think I speak for us all when I say we'll take whatever job you're offering. You're not really being specific and kind of just giving us a bunch of weird, vague directions. Anyway, point is, we'll help you. And in return,
I wish I
we'll
could
get the orbs back, and you will help me free him. But before that, is there anything you could offer us by way of advice? Anything you can offer us in terms of defenses against these things? What are we dealing? It killed a bunch of your wizards, so surely you must know.
I wish I could be more specific at this particular juncture on details, but frankly, we have all been at a bit of a loss and have spent most of the past few years just simply keeping these creatures at bay and defending our own borders. And it is only just recently that we have discovered the means by which they may have been entering and subsequently found the portal. And that is what brings us here now. I have no details because, frankly, we have not had many resources to spare to pursuing these things. And I am hoping that the closing of the portal in combination with your return will help us finally turn the tide, and perhaps your bunch would be able to find things that we seem to be having difficulty locating. Finding information and finding perhaps these cultists and whatever this entity is that they're worshipping, and hopefully bringing this all to its knees.
Settled. We'll free you, and then he will destroy Il Sensine. Brilliant! Did I say that out loud?
Alright, let's go.
If I have a more specific direction for you, or any new information comes to light, I will certainly send that along as soon as possible. If I can aid you in any way.
Great. We're going to free him. But
I suppose I can offer one particular point, and I would advise you to speak with Rowney at some point.
He's alive.
Yes, she is not. She is a tough one, and has not in all these years succumbed to any of the ongoing war. But she was for a time overseeing Zafari once again, and I believe she had some direct interactions with these cultists, and may be able to provide you more information, or perhaps a location for some of them that may be in the area now that Zafari is no more. I don't know if her information is up to date in any way. It has been some time since she has likely had any contact with them, but perhaps that is all I can offer for help.
Do you know her location? I tried to message her, but she wouldn't speak back.
She still is in the mayor's employ, though she is often out and about, doing what she can to assist our efforts. Let me check on her. You see him, cast the familiar sending spell. Rowney, I have need of you to speak with Zorkris and the rest of his party. Where can we find you? There's a brief pause, and he seems to get a response. she will be returning to the mayor's office later today. I suggest you perhaps wait around for a bit, and you will likely be able to find her and speak with her.
When the mayor sees us, he's gonna be like, "No, I thought they were dead." We've got our marching orders, huh?
I actually
Yeah,
have
if
to,
the-
I think I have to log off, guys. I'm starting to fade fast.
yeah, we'll end it here. We can
I'm just gonna-
continue on with finding Raleigh later. Is there anything else you wanted to ask him before leaving?
No, when we were leaving, I was going to whisper to Erixus. I said, "We found that portal in a month. It took them 9 years. You don't know."
That is true.
We're decidedly better at everything than the Archmage. Very sad. Very sad.
1 month compared to 9 years. They don't know anything. We'll figure it out.
We may have caused this whole problem.
Let's
Oh,
not.
definitely.
Or we didn't.
All right, you guys make your way back out of the council chambers and back onto the streets. And that is where we will leave off.
Oh, did
Good
Raleigh
game,
PG.
respond? Let's pay attention there.
Sorry, what?
Did Raleigh respond?
Yeah, she responded to Zalathorn. All right, guys, that is where we are going to leave off for this evening.
9 years.
Thanks to everyone for hanging out tonight. We will be back next week, and I will be back later this week with some games of some kind. But yeah, I will see you all later. Hope everyone has a good rest of the week.